All right, back with you today. I got kind of a weekly recap, I guess you'd say. Earlier in the week, I ended up going to one of those antique malls. It's kind of like one of them, they got like random booths in there that people have set up, and you got anything ranging from house goods to, thankfully, there was one booth that had baseball cards there. I also went to a regular antique store that is right down the road from my house, and then also hit up the LCS. This is a newer LCS that we have nearby that just recently opened up that I haven't really had a chance to go to, and had maybe an hour or so. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to stop in there and check out what it's all about. So picked up a few things there as well, kind of show you what I picked up. But before that, here's some footage of that antique mall, which I did grab a little bit of the showcase. So enjoy this, and then we'll get back to what I grabbed. So this first showcase here, we got a whole bunch of modern game used. There's autograph cards, a whole bunch of vintage as well. Nice variety of stuff. It's a Kirby Puckett rookie, Tony Gwynn rookie, lots of decent rookie cards actually in the showcases. Their prices were kind of in line with, what you would find on eBay. So it wasn't any kind of, steals to be had in this place. I did pick up a few things just because, you go to a place and they got a whole bunch of stuff. You're bound to pick some things up. So there's a nice Pete Rose autographed batting helmet. That was pretty cool right there. Got a whole bunch of Pete Rose in this showcase. It's a nice Cal Ripken. There's a Cal Ripken rookie card right there. It's a nice game-used bat. I think that was Duke Schneider up top there from 2002 Fleer. Thumbing through this box, I picked up a couple of cards out of this box. A couple of Hall of Fame rookies you'll see. I'll show you that. And then they had this showcase with some really nice graded stuff. That is not an actual Jordan rookie card right there. That is a reprint. That Nolan Ryan, that was really nice. 4.5 SGC there. I almost picked that up, but the case was cracked on that, pretty damaged. And if I grabbed it, I would have had to re-slab it. So let's take a look at what we got. Okay, so here we go. So this is the stuff I picked up from that antique mall. 1968 Topps game cards. Every time I see these, I always grab them because I'm trying to put the set together there. I forgot what the prices were on these. That place was a little kind of priced, almost eBay-like. So it was. I didn't want to spend too much. Like the Cal Ripken, I think his 82 Topps. I believe they had it for 30. So I was like, condition didn't really warrant that price tag, but just some of these random, lesser value cards, but I thought were pretty neat. This I picked up because this had my son cracking up. Good old Don Mossy. So I was like, I'll get that. Roger Maris 75 with Dick Groat. Pretty cool there. That was $2. So Roger Maris card, grab that one. 73 batting leaders with a Rod Carew, Billy Williams. I thought this was actually pretty nice condition for only $2 there. Lou Brock, Bert Campaneris, 72 stolen base leaders, again $2. This was nice. Gary Carter rookie card. Of course, condition is not the best, but a Hall of Fame rookie card for only $5. And then a Fred Lynn, which actually this was, I thought, pretty good. Centering, a little bit of chipping on the edges, and I think a little bit of wear on the corners. I might even send this into SGC. Might be one of my SGC submissions in one of those videos. And I think I got this for, I didn't have a price on this. I think I might have paid $8 for this one. So grab that one right there. Rod Carew, Burger King, 1980. Picked that one up. And this was a Derek Jeter insert that I do not have from, I think this is 2003 Fleer double headers. So thought that was pretty cool for $1. This actually was not from there. This I just threw in because it was a eBay pickup that I got. Bernie Williams right there. And I believe it's numbered out of 3,000 with, that's Mike Cameron on the back. So didn't have that one from a Bernie collection. Again, that was an eBay pickup. Not baseball card related, but since I picked these up there and I think they're cool as hell, I figured I would show them off. It's a Master of the Universe, He-Man, of course, and a G.I. Joe. See, hear, and read kid stuff. How many of you remember this? This was from like 1984, I believe. It was a book that you would read. And then it also came with, this is the best part, a 33. That's right. came with a record. Now it's a little beat up. I obviously didn't get it for the condition that it's in. I got it for the nostalgia of it, but I thought that was freaking sweet. I was like, look at that, 1984. Like, you don't see this kind of stuff anymore. And I think I paid $5 a piece. So that was pretty cool. I was like, okay, I'm going to get that and stash it. Now, this next stack here, this was from an antique store that is down the road from my house. I'm going to hold that sleeved card for last because, so 91 tops. It's funny because I've gone into this antique store so many times and they have a 800 count box that says 91 tops on it. And I've never looked through it. So I finally was in there the other day and I was like, you know what? Let me just thumb through that real quick. And as I was thumbing through it, these are all the variation cards with the Dark Tops logo on the back. If you know 1991, they had the logo was a lighter variation throughout the set, but for some reason, some cards were printed with this darker logo. And I know a lot of people collect these variations. So I asked the guy at the desk, I was like, how much are the box of cards? Because I was just going to grab the whole box. And he was like, 10 cards for $1. So I was like, really? So that's when I started thumbing through them and just pulled all of these out. 10 for $1. I think these with this other one that I'm about to show you, where it's a total of 60 cards. So I paid $6 for this whole stack. And this one, could not believe, was in there. That's right. The Mark Whitten Hand Over the Border. I have never come across this card in the wild. I was pretty shocked that it was in there. And so there you go. This does not have the dark logo on the back, just to show you, just in case you were wondering if you hadn't seen those before. But yeah, there it is. The Mark Whitten Hand Over the Border, which actually is a really nice condition. I might even consider sending this in for SGC. I'm going to take a better look at it. I think just the centering to me looks off. As far as everything else, maybe a little bit of chipping down here. So definitely won't gem, but might send that in. All right. And now the final stuff, this is going to be a quick video to show you today, is from the LCS. So this stack and this stack of minis right here is what I grabbed from the LCS. They have shelves of like 5,000 count boxes and it says like 25 cents and up. So I was like, okay, so what does that mean? Like, you're just going to randomly look everything up? Like, I didn't know how they worked it. And I talked to the guy and it's basically, he said anything vintage is what they would price out. So to them, anything vintage is 70s and earlier. So 1980 to now is pretty much 25 cents, anything that was in there, which I was like, wow, okay, cool. So these are your Allen and Ginter minis, nothing to do with junk wax error, but figured I'd show it off anyway, since I picked these up while I was there. So this is everything I'm about to show you came out of the 25-cent boxes. Me and my son have been, I think since 2020, we've been putting Allen and Ginter mini sets together. So those are your 2022. And then they also had your inserts. And then these, I believe, were 2023. So these were minis we did not have, and picked all of these up. I forgot what it was. I think it was a total of, I don't remember what it came out to, about $12, something like that. So picked up all those minis. And then here's some more random stuff that I had grabbed. The Keith Comstock 88 tops. That's just his base. But there is the variation with the white Padres logo. So grab those. Bernie Williams for $0.25. Anytime I see a Bernie Williams, I'm going to pick that up for my PC, which I think I have this card already, but wasn't sure. Ken Griffey Jr. with your bloody elbow that everybody loves to, say that that's a big error. Grab that for $0.25. Michael Jordan, 1994. This is your upper deck collector's choice, up close and personal. I think this is his 94, I believe, was his first like baseball rookie year. If you take out the SP from 91, pretty sure. And Ichiro, 2003. I was like, what? Look at that. Numbered out of 650. So a 650 parallel for a quarter of Ichiro. Thank you. Mike Piazza, gold medallion, parallel. Another artist proof parallel, Eric Karros. Joe Carter, 84 Donruss, a rated rookie. Like that's Joe Carter's true rookie right there. And then, of course, Don Mattingly. Let's see if I can pick it up with the light. Silver signature, Don Mattingly, 94 collector's choice is going in my Don Mattingly collection. This was not in the quarter box. I wish it was. That would have been great. But either way, I paid $3 for it. Bernie Williams, game used bat. I think this is from 2001 SP. So that's it. That is my recap of what I picked up over the week. And I think I did pretty good. Pretty cool stuff in there. This was definitely the score of all of it. Nice completing, being able to complete a set that you're working on there. So that was pretty cool to pick those up as well. And that is all I got for you today. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And with that, I leave you with this. One man's junk wax, another man's treasure. Take care.